Under animal production, much has gone towards the improvement of breeds in order to increase dairy and meat production.
We are giving a lot of thrust to science, our researchers. Good breeds of animals, the average milk yield of our cows, good milkers, good Minyankore milkers is about 6-7 liters. But jaze, mzungu jaze, you can get 15 to 20 liters of milk per day.
The breeding program is spearheaded by the National Genetics Research Center and Database.
That has different breeds of animals that comprise of the dairy, the dual-purpose, and then the beef. So for the dairy, we have Asha, Jaze, Frisian, and Ganzi. For the dual-purpose, we have Cimento, we have the Saiwal, and then we have the brown Swiss. These are kept for both meat and milk. And then we have the beef breeds, we have the Boran, we have the Brahman, we have the Black Angus, and many more.
15 breeding and production support structures have been constructed at each center farms out of 18 that were planned for the financial year 2021-2022. At Kasore Stock Farm in Kamuli District, for example, several works were at various stages of completion while others were completed and operationalized. Genetic progress in livestock is being accelerated to increase availability and access to elite livestock seed. For this, NARO has established a livestock IVF platform to enable production of cost-effective and quality bovine embryos. It is the first of its kind in Uganda and has a capacity to produce 200,000 embryos annually at $100 per embryo. This compares favorably with imported embryos that cost $300 each. Private breeders are also licensed and are on hand to provide services across the country. For instance, Rubiera Dairy Investment in Kashari district has focused on breeding and supplying animals primarily for milk production.
Keep Frisians, Jazes, and Ashayas. Those are the 3 breeds that we keep here at the farm.
Dairy farming is one of the priority agricultural enterprises where major milestones are being registered. Milk production in Uganda increased by a whopping 800 million liters and moved the country closer to a commercial production of nearly 4 billion liters per annum. This is due to improvements not only in breeds but also for pastures, animal health. For instance, stemming ticks and animal diseases such as foot and mouth disease is vital for Uganda's dairy sector to export regionally and internationally.
The policy shift has been that FMD vaccine is free and compulsory. But the government has not been giving enough vaccine to cover the national herd. Because we have not been able to cover the national herd, we have changed the policy so that the government procures one time off enough vaccine and avail them to farmers. Every farmer will be vaccinating his animal twice a year and at his own cost. The government will be responsible for the cost of administration, cold chain facilities, and also extension work. That means that Uganda will be secure from FMD because all the animals will be vaccinated.
The vaccine performed up to about 80% effectiveness, so it can be able to control the tick infestation on cattle in our country, and it can also it has the capacity to control disease transmission. You know, ticks transmit tick-borne diseases. So once you control the ticks, you are also able to control the diseases the ticks transmit.
A lot has also been done to improve milk post-harvest handling facilities for the dairy farmers.
And this has moved the milk production from we have come from 3.1 billion liters to 3.8 billion liters. And this is, of course, the marketed milk. But if you are looking at the grand scale of things in terms of annual production, including the milk that remains on the farm, we are looking at the development in excess of 5.4 billion liters annually.
The dairy sector has excelled in value addition, with numerous products availed on the local market and for export to the region and further afield. Pearl Dairies and Amos Dairy in western Uganda are some of the big producers of milk products in the country.
Our markets, for example, our Kazeni, the market is in the US. Our ghee and butter, we have Egypt, Jordan. We have also markets for our Kazeni in India. We also export to Kenya, especially the SMP and some of the powders. We also export to Saudi Arabia as well. Markets are opening up also in Zim and part of Southern Africa.
Currently, preparations are on to export dairy products to Algeria, which has offered a $500 million quota per annum and said to be a game changer for the country.
Since that time, we've been working on the technical aspects of access to the Algerian market. It is a $500 million US market, and this translates to about 1.8 billion liters. This is a very substantial market for us, where they are going to be taking whole powdered milk because they need that milk for constitution into other dairy products.